Hi, I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. Today I want to talk quickly about email. You see, email is a much underappreciated marketing channel for independent artists. Social is cool, everybody's about Facebook and Insta and Twitter and being on there. And of course, search marketing is important to get people to your website. But if you actually want to make money from your music, email is proven to be the best channel for artists and for many other companies. If you have something to sell, you want to sell something, a physical product, a CD, a vinyl, a t-shirt, or concert tickets, email works better than social, works better than search. And I've adapted the old golf saying, drive for show, putt for dough, and changed it to social for show and email for dough. Because email is a guaranteed driver of sales transactions. Now, many artists don't really know how to do this. How do you turn your email into, a sales driver? And frankly, what do I even write about? So I'm going to offer you a couple of quick tips. For starters, you want to just tell stories, right? Fans have signed up to your email list to hear from you. So they're interested already in you, in your music. So tell stories about your music. How did you write a certain song? The story behind the lyrics. You can share photos, links to YouTube videos. So, your rehearsals, behind the scenes from concerts, and then other stories. What happened to you during the day? Tales from the road, blog from the road. Even personal opinions, depending on your artist, who you are as an artist and who your clients are. Even maybe some of your political opinions might be relevant. So the key is to think stories and tell stuff to your fan base that they might like to hear. Now, one of the keys with email and storytelling is you really have to offer content that is not always trying to sell, right? If you spam your fan base with buy my record, buy my t-shirt, buy my concert tickets, and all you do is send commercial messages that are trying to drive transactions, it's the best way for people to stop opening your emails or maybe unsubscribe from your email list, or even worse, mark you as spam. So you want to add content that is what we call value-added content. It's content that a reader would find value in and would find interesting. And then you also want to make an offer, right? After you tell your stories, it is perfectly okay to try to sell something. Maybe not in every email that you send, but certainly in some emails. So you want to make an offer that says, hey, new CD out, $10 plus shipping. Or what everybody loves is a sale. Hey, or a bundle, right? Hey, t-shirt plus CD for $20. Those are the kinds of things that fans really respond to. And then there's got to be a call to action. And the call to action usually is click here to order. You want to tell the reader what to do. And then, of course, you want to make it easy to buy. You want to have your own website, or you want to send them to a website where the product is available. Now, how do you get comfortable with writing? How do you actually get good? Well, just like with songwriting, writing email marketing or email newsletters, or however you want to structure your email, can be practiced and should be practiced. So write an email, let some people you trust early on read it and offer you some feedback. Make sure you spell check it. Nobody likes to read spelling errors. And then as you start mailing, you will start getting fan feedback potentially. And it's so perfectly okay to occasionally ask your mailing list, hey, what would you like to hear about? If you don't know what to talk about anymore or whether they even like it. So the last tip that I have is, and this is something that I do when I write emails, I don't write to the 250,000 musicians who are going to get Discmakers email. I write to one musician. And so I picture, when I sit down to write, I picture one musician and I try to write a personal note, a personal letter, a personal article for that one artist. And so the same is something that you can do for your fans. Picture one fan and write your email to that one fan. And make sure it's clear, make sure it's friendly, make sure it's compelling, and make sure it's easy to understand. And by the way, don't address your email as "Dear fans" or "Hey everybody." You want to talk to one person, and so when you send me an email, I would like you to refer to me, ideally, by name, "Dear Tony." And so that's my tips for today. I hope you found this helpful. See you next time.